Everything is working according to plan. Hmm. Hopefully the internet is not like shitty or anything like that. Yeah,
Mm.
we're live. Wait. It keeps like fucking. Ugh. There. Alright, cool. We're live. We're live.
Excellent.
Oh, well, dude, it's like buggy as hell, dude. Like the internet is like
Oh, is my bad luck rubbing off on you?
maybe.
No, I'm sorry.
Is it fine? Right. Okay, then it's fine. It's fine. All right. So great. Welcome everybody to the LAIN podcast. My name is Adara. I am a VA YouTuber and a writer. Uh, Ariele Kastirov. Sorry, your name is kind of hard to pronounce, but hello, welcome to the podcast.
Hi, Caster off. Love you, babe.
Today I have my guest with me. Say hello to Lucinda May. Lucinda, before we start, do you want to talk a little bit about yourself?
Oh, sure. Hi, I'm Lucinda. I go online by that Dr. Girl. I have my own mental health blog and I'm an artist. And I'm
Oh,
doing my best. That's the rest of that.
I mean, that's all we can do, really. Always is to do
Exactly.
to do our best, right? Yeah.
Mm.
Today we are going to be discussing WandaVision and Raya and the Last Dragon. So, Lucinda, you're a really big fan of WandaVision, right? That's what.
Huge.
Yeah, I liked it myself as well. So we're gonna be discussing that today. Um, so what are your like overall thoughts on the Oh, hi Rex. Thanks for just for lurking. So what are your overall thoughts on the series of WandaVision? Like, what do you think of it?
Oh, I loved it. Elizabeth Olsen is fucking incredible. Uh, she was just incredible the whole season. Her acting was just, God, you felt everything she felt. She conveyed it so well, and I was just so glad to see my favorite Marvel character get such good light. And also, it was a great metaphor for mental health as well.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things in the show that I think everyone can take a little piece from and resonate with.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it was beautiful, really, really cool.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm glad that you liked it. So you admire her name is Elizabeth, right? I didn't know that was her name. So, do you are you a big fan of her work like before WandaVision or were you before a big fan of Wanda herself? How
Oh,
is
I was
that?
a huge Wanda fan. I'd
Right.
never heard of Elizabeth Olsen until she had the role, but I've
Mhm.
always loved Wanda. I've always connected with her a bit.
Mhm. Did you read the comics or it was
Yeah,
pure
quite a few of them.
really? Is she so you think that in the MCU she's portrayed well?
Very, very well.
That's
Definitely.
yeah.
Even the not so great parts of her, they
Mhm.
haven't like sugarcoated her or rounded off the edges. She's still quite not damaged, but she's got a lot of stuff going on.
Oh
And I think
yeah.
that's why I've always liked her.
Yeah. I mean, what's the point of being overpowered if you can't like if you have like if you're so miserable and unhappy, right? It's like
Yeah.
she is like the most powerful character almost in the MCU. Like if you think about it from an objective standpoint, right? Because
Mhm.
like her powers like we know that she can alter reality, but we don't know what the limit to her powers are. Like there's so much that she can do. I'm pretty sure I don't remember if it was in the series itself. A character said that if Wanda had more time, she probably could have. Sorry, she probably could have defeated Thanos by herself or something
Oh,
like that.
easily.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
I don't know. Like every time I think about Wanda, it's like before watching WandaVision, I was like, "You took everything from me. I don't even know who you are."
Yeah,
But
that was so savage.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, it's like she's like, "Oh, you will, bitch." So I love that part. And she's just confidently says, "You will." It's really cool. No, because like, I've watched every single MCU movie, right? And this is the first time that I'm watching an MCU series. So since this is my first series, like I haven't watched Shield and anything, and I watched WandaVision because I thought that the premise of a Marvel series based on the 50s and 60s aesthetics was cool. Like that was my introduction to it, right? I didn't really think that it would skedaddle as to what it ended up skedaddling to in episode 4 or 3. I think episode like ending of episode 3, maybe beginning of and entirety of episode 4. Um, but yeah, like I also thought that Wanda was an interesting character. Like because I definitely wanted to to know her more because she was so like powerful, right?
mm,
And Vision, I never cared for Vision a lot because at the end of the day, I feel like Vision is a machine. Like that's how I used to think, right? Like Vision is just a goddamn good Ultron. Like he's just a machine that was created right by like Iron Man's tech. So I don't know. And the thing about Vision is that like I like him a lot more after watching the show. A lot more I like him after watching WandaVision. However, um like I think it's I always thought it was weird. It's believable, but I still think it's weird that Wanda fell in love with a machine. I always thought that was like kind of weird, right? Because
mm.
Wanda, like they say like a lot. It's like I can feel you, stuff like that. But it's like I always wondered like to what extent is Vision flesh and to what extent is he like a robot, right? Because like there's that episode where he eats a piece of gum, right? Uh,
Yeah, the first one I think that was.
the third one I think, yeah. And like it gets stuck on his system. It gets him drunk. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it gets so weird.
Yeah, but like sure he doesn't eat, but like what is skin for Vision, right? Because like him and Wanda kiss, right, a lot. And it's like, are the lips soft? Are they made of metal? They must be soft, right? Like, this is the kind of crap that I think about, right? It's like, to what extent is Vision like a robot, right? And it's like,
Oh well,
do they ever like boing in the bedroom? Like,
oh
and are they
god,
even capable of boinging in the bedroom? Like this is
have
the
some kind of screw-on attachment. Like he came with add-ons, maybe.
Oh yeah, he would have to come with add-ons because like, oh yeah, now I remember because like White Vision, right? Like we see White Vision, and White Vision's not wearing clothes; it's just a body, right? And there's no junk in there, so it's like, yeah, did they boing and like I don't know. It just brings so many questions, right? But
Oh well, in the last episode, it's kind of Wanda kind of explains that because when she created the world, the vision that's in her show and in her world
mhm,
is a mix of the robotics and the metal as well as flesh and blood. She kind of made her own boyfriend
mhm,
again, so I think he'd be soft to
hmm,
kiss.
hmm,
I think Wanda would have thought about that. Like,
hmm.
it's her world. She can
That
make her boyfriend however she wants.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, that is true. But so I'm guessing that real life Vision is metal, is like a machine, but like
Yeah,
Wandavision is actually has more flesh to him. Like
yeah.
it's a cyborg. He would be a cyborg then. He would be half human, half machine. Yeah, that's actually a good way to think about it. So, what was your favorite episode of WandaVision, or what was your least favorite? Like, what's your favorite things of the show overall? What are some things that you disliked?
Ooh, I loved the commercials from
Mm,
episode 1 through episode 7, I think it was. The
mm,
commercial breaks in the middle, I loved them.
really?
But they were really cool and just a subtle, but at the same time, not very subtle way of being like, here is piece by piece each of Wanda's traumas that has led her to this kind of moment.
Mm-hmm.
That and the antidepressant commercial in episode 7
Mm-hmm.
was hilarious to me. But that's my
Yeah.
kind of sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
So,
No, I think the antidepressant was like straight up like it was just telling you like what is going on basically, right? Like Wanda made her own world before we
yeah,
actually saw it.
she's got to face her truth at some point.
Exactly. I think my favorite commercial was the yogurt commercial.
Yeah, the magic yogurt.
Yeah, like I really liked the yogurt commercial because like it was the animated commercial and it felt very 90s, right? I did
Mm,
live in the US for a little bit in the early 2000s, but like I don't know, I saw that commercial and I felt like super nostalgic. I felt like it's something that brought me back to my childhood, definitely.
cool.
And what's is there something you didn't like about the show?
I wasn't a big fan of the first two episodes. I
Really?
appreciated all the little like Easter eggs and references in there that you can only really appreciate once you've watched the whole season and then gone back to. But I think
Mhm.
it was quite a weak start to the show, and I think it probably did affect the amount of people who were going to watch or continue watching
Hmm.
because there was so kind of little content related to the overlying plot of everything involving Wanda and Vision and the Sword People. I
Oh,
just felt like it could have been a bit stronger.
that's interesting that you didn't like the first episodes because I feel like the first episodes were some of my favorites. I think the things that I liked more about the WandaVision was having these superpower characters in this old school TV sitcom environment, right? Like I didn't even know that there was going to be a plot to WandaVision. I thought it was just a sitcom, like, but obviously it got into plot mode, and then it's like, oh, and everybody's like, oh my god, what's going to happen? What's happening? And all the theorizers go crazy. But
I was one of the theorizers.
really, what
I
are
was really bad for it.
what are some of your theories like while you were watching the show? Like maybe you had theories that came true,
Oh,
or
none of them did. None of them did at all. I was one of those people that were waiting for Mephisto to appear.
right? I think
I was
it's not
one of
just
those.
you.
He's going to appear though. Like
Yeah,
there's a stained glass window in the Loki trailer. That's Mephisto.
really.
So I'm still holding out. Just because I was wrong in this instance doesn't mean I'm wrong overall. That's the way
That's
I'm
true.
looking at it.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to look at it because like uh hi Geek World Scar, welcome to the podcast.
Hi,
Um
Sally.
so I think that it was really interesting how Mephisto didn't show up. Like there's a lot of stuff that theorizers like thought about or talked about in the show. For example, first Mephisto, right? Mephisto is like the main thing that everybody was expecting but never happened. For those who
Yeah, because there
don't
were so
know,
many details about him. It
mm,
was
like
oh
yeah, like there was like theories that uh fuck, what was it? That Mephisto and Agatha were in cahoots with each other, right? But
yeah, that's due to how they were in the comics. A lot of Wanda storylines that involved Agatha also involved Mephisto.
yeah, but it was just Agatha all along.
That was iconic. That was incredible.
Yeah, sitcom wise, like I liked it from the sitcom perspective, but if you look outside of the sitcom perspective, the song is cringe, I think. But because
It's fun.
I don't know, like it's fun because if you look at it from because it's a sitcom, right? But if it wasn't, then it would be cringy, right? That's why it works because
Yeah, if you don't get it and if you're not like with the vibe,
yeah,
I can
exactly.
see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like I guess I thought it was a little bit cringy because it gives that like cartoon villain vibe. Like it gives like that kind of vibe that the villain is not that much of a threat because the song is so friendly with the reveal. But
Oh, I got like Monsters and Adams Family vibes from it. Of like
mm,
this spooky comedy shows, so I thought it clicked really well with Agatha in that sense.
I see. No, I
I
didn't.
grew up on those though.
Mm-hmm. No, I didn't. I didn't watch like the Adams Family when I was younger, but yeah, I don't know. I do know that they're a very popular family. Like they were like a popular show. Like they made even like a cartoon, animated film,
Mm.
a couple of years ago. But I've never heard any good things about that cartoon movie. Like I heard just shitty things. Like everybody's like, oh,
Yeah,
this,
I haven't seen it out of principle.
yeah,
So I like the classic 90s movies.
yeah. I don't blame you. But anyways, so what was that? Yeah. So there was Mephisto. There was the fact that maybe WandaVision would have like was the start to expand the MCU to mix it with the X-Men universe because of the actor that played Quicksilver in WandaVision was the actor that played Quicksilver in X-Men, right?
Yeah, Evan Peters. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was so anticlimactic. Like,
It was stupid. The whole Ralph Boner thing. I thought,
yeah.
really, that's what you did with that. I was so disappointed in that.
Yeah, I was very, very disappointed as well. I was like, I don't even know who that is. Like, Boner, whatever the fuck. I don't know who that is.
Like a 12-year-old wrote it or something.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I was very disappointed with that too. I was like, dude, really? Like, you had so much potential, and this is what you do. Like,
Yeah.
I think there is a possibility, and this is me just theorizing right now. Maybe their intention was to like make like mix the MCU with the X-Men universe, but they weren't greenlit to be authorized to do that at the very so at the very last moment this was their like solution to it. That is a possibility. I mean, it has happened to shows like South Park, for example, because South Park, a lot of the president seasons, like there, the first one of the seasons of South Park was focused on the elections between Obama and someone else.
Hmm.
The South Park team basically made a bet. It's like, oh, Obama's gonna win, so they were focusing a lot more on that, right? And when it came to Hillary and Trump, they were like, "Oh no, there is just no way Trump's winning," but he did. So that
Oh, the
season,
optimism.
yeah, that season ended like crap. Like the season was like super shit. The last four episodes. So that is a
Uh,
possibility. That could happen.
I think so as well, especially the second post-credit scene, where Wanda's like chilling in a cabin.
Right.
After some extensive Googling to make sure I wasn't batshit insane,
Mm-hmm.
that's the cabin that Logan has in the first X-Men movie.
Really? It's the
So I thought
exact
that was either
same.
that's a really cool nod and Easter egg for super fans like me, or it could mean something more. But then again, this is how I got myself in the Mephisto trouble of being dead set and dead convinced he's going to appear, and then he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm just going to enjoy what happens, enjoy what pops up, treat everything as a cute little nod, and not get my hopes up.
Yeah,
Apart from Mephisto appearing, because he will eventually.
right. But what if he doesn't though? What are you gonna do, dude, if he doesn't?
I'll just keep waiting.
You'll keep waiting in the
I'll keep
huts.
waiting. It
It's
has to
like,
happen at some point.
yeah, it's like it has to happen. Yeah, I get that. No, but that's interesting. I didn't know that the cabin was like Logan cabin. That's super cool. Um, but what about like a lot? Like I think the first two commercials or the first three commercials were about Hydra, right?
Yeah, the first one, the Stark toaster, that was in reference to the bomb
Uh
that
huh.
went through their apartment when they were 11.
Uh huh.
And the second one was Hydra Soak. Is that
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, Hydra soak, the soapy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the third one again, I think is Hydra related, but my brain is drawing a blank on whatever that one was.
Mhm. So when I watched the whole thing with my boyfriend, right? So when the first three episodes we were discussing while watching, and he's like, "Oh, I bet Hydra is responsible for doing this to Wanda." But
Mm,
then we obviously find out that Hydra has nothing to do with any of it. It's just that Hydra was part of Wanda's past and like how she got screwed over by Hydra, but it has nothing to do with the present, which was
it
interesting.
wasn't them directly.
Hmm. No, but like there is something that my boyfriend said that just made me like surprise Pikachu when he said it. So when we finished the series, and we saw that Wanda was living in a cabin. Hold on, not always shy dra Hydra's shy, yeah, Hydra's fault, yeah. Okay, yeah, yeah, not everything bad that happens in the MCU is Hydra's fault. Yeah, that's true. Uh but right. So we see her in the cabin and my boyfriend says, "Well, why can't she make her little world in the cabin? She didn't have to take an entire fucking town. Now she has a
Oh,
cabin.
she did.
Yeah, just make it again, bitch. Like you're not holding anybody hostage. You learned about yourself. You have more control over your power. Just make it again. Just make a little bubble in the middle of nowhere, and there." So that's something that he said, and I was like I was just like Pikachu face. I was like, bruh, yeah, you're right. Why doesn't she?
Well, what it was unintentional. Our
Yeah,
girl just had a little mental snap. It happens to the best of us.
yeah, that is
And
true.
that part did kill me because my boyfriend, he's going to get us a plot of land for us to build our own house on to grow old together. So
Aww,
when Wanda turns up with the deeds and with the little love heart saying to grow old in, I died. I was dead. I was crying for several years. It
Jesus.
ruined me.
I get that. I really, really do. Like it hurt my like. I was like, I didn't
Right in the
cry,
field.
but I was like, that Peter Griffin meme that's like,
Yeah.
that was me. And like, I was like, I don't know, because my boyfriend is the least romantic being in this universe. So I was watching with him and I was like, "Aw," and then I grab his arm and I'm like, "Isn't that cute?" And he's just uh, like, "Yeah, I guess." And I'm like, "Dude, like, be in the moment." And he's like, "I don't know, dude, okay?" And I don't know. I tell him, like, "Are you gonna buy us a house for us to grow old in?" And he's like, "No." He just like said no. And I'm like, he's like, "It's expensive, dude. I don't want to." And I'm just like, Jesus, you are one dense motherfucker, dude. But I love him anyway, so it's okay.
No.
I found it interesting that it could have been a good installment for getting Wanda a bit more of a great character, due to her pretty much talking the whole town hostage. Yeah, yeah, that's true. If you really think about it, in that sense, Wanda is a bit of a great character, right? But
Mm.
like it's like you said, like she did the whole thing by accident, right? And
Yeah.
she was like in a moment where she was grieving, right? So I feel like if she was truly great character, then she would have been like she would have like I don't know, logicked herself into saying something like, "Oh, but I'm taking good care of them. They're gonna be fine. They're gonna be happy if I take over their minds." Like Unity from like Rick and Morty, right?
Mm.
I know. Oh yeah. I'm not sure. Have you watched Rick and Morty?
I
Or
have. I haven't watched the last season, but I
right.
watched the first couple.
So you watched season two, right? Like the
Yeah.
Unity episode. It's a little bit like that, right? Wanda was a little bit like Unity.
Mm.
Uh, so like she created like a hive mind almost with the townspeople. But I feel like if she was really a great character, I feel like she would have done a lot more selfish things.
Yeah.
Like
And
she
especially
wouldn't.
when she spoke to them after she kind of released their minds
Yeah.
and was trying so hard to convince them, no, everything's okay, you're happy, you're fine. Like,
Exactly. So in the
mm,
end, she did the right thing. A great character is like a character that can be an asshole that does like things that are like cruel and unnecessary and dickish, but and like they're very human in that sense that they're like fucked up in some ways. Like Severus Snape is like the best great character like
mm,
example, I think, because like he was okay with Harry dying. Like Snape was like, "Oh, I don't care who dies, just spare Lily. Like just kill the boy. I don't care. Kill the baby. Just spare Lily, right?" And that's like a kind of like a fucked up thing to say, right? But
yeah.
but at the end of the day, he did like Lily. I mean at the end of the day, he did do something good, and it helped the entire wizarding world. So uh,
Yeah. And he did it all in the memory of Lily. He wasn't doing it for Harry or just because he could. He was doing it to honor the memory of the woman he loved.
yeah, exactly, exactly. So yeah, so he could have like not done anything, right? But he
Very
did.
easily.
He could have like resented Lily and be like, "No, fuck this bitch. She didn't choose me. She chose this Potter fucker." Like, but
Mm.
she did choose. So he did do the right thing for that. So yeah. It could have been an interesting moment to have Wanda be the villain of her own story, because it turns out that the villain of the story is actually right.
Mm.
So, Agatha? Why would Agatha be right? Oh no, she ain't a great character, but it would have been an interesting path they would have taken. Yeah, it would have been an interesting path, definitely. But,
It
like,
almost actually happened when Monica turned up in the bubble again. Remember when she appeared like on her like front lawn and
uh
was like
huh.
talking to her and she's like, "You're not the villain here," and Wanda's like, "Maybe I am." That
Yeah.
could have been a real tipping point.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, like, but like, here's the thing. She said, maybe I am. I feel like a gray character wouldn't acknowledge that they're a villain, right?
Mm.
So, like, I think a gray character wouldn't feel guilt or remorse. They would just do some things that are wrong, some things that are right, right? So that's a gray character. Is a very more complex in that sense of morality. They're morally complex. So
Mm.
I would definitely not call, yeah, but it would have been interesting. It would have been interesting, right? If like, because it turns out that Wanda didn't even steal like Vision's body, right?
No, that was a whole plot by the bloody sword guy whose name I can never remember. He made it seem like she straight up burst in and robbed everything.
Exactly, which was like so bullshit, like such a boring ass basic character, right? Like I
Mm.
don't even know what his motivation was. Like that's another theory everybody was theorizing, like, oh, what could he want? Why is he doing this? But he was just so generic and stupid.
Just
Like
your standard corporate bad guy.
yeah, exactly. Standard corporate bad guy. They could have done something really good with his character, but they didn't. I mean, there's a lot of those in the MCU, right? A bunch of like standard corporate bad dudes just being dicks for dick reasons, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel quite the contrary. A great character would feel guilt and remorse. The best great character I have in my head is Jaime Lannister. He has guilt for his action, but he knows what he did was necessary. Marvel always need their corporate. Yeah, definitely, they really do. Well, I really don't know nothing about Lord of the Rings except that the Lannister always pay their debts or some shit like that, and that's it. That and boobies and maybe some peepees. That's it. That's all I know about Game of Thrones, dude.
I was just gonna say, like, did she say Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I had like a fucking yeah. I had fucking. I'm so sorry. I had
It's
fucking
been a
brain
long
fart.
day. Don't worry about it. We've all been
Yeah, no, no,
there.
because no, but yeah, I meant Game of Thrones, obviously. No, if my boyfriend was in the room right now, he would be pointing a knife at me, threatening. Did you just call? Did you just confuse Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings? Because he's like the biggest Lord of the Rings fanatic that ever lived. Like he loves.
Ah,
But yeah, like all I know about Game of Thrones is sex, dragons, and the Lannisters pay their debts. That's it.
yes,
Debts.
tits
Yeah,
and dragons.
yeah,
But yeah,
tits.
whoever made the Jamie Lannister being a great character, that is a perfect example. He has such a very interesting character arc that goes. I've only read the books, so I only
Mhm.
know that side of things. But he does have a very good, almost redemption type arc, but still does bad shit. He's interesting.
The Vulcan guy? Who's the Vulcan guy, dude? I mean, I've never been into Star Wars because, like, I think I watched like a really shitty VHS once, like maybe like 10 to 15 minutes, and that was the only bit of Star Wars that I've seen. And then I was like, this is boring. I don't want to watch anymore. Oh, Spock from. Yeah, yeah. No, yeah, that's like really cruel, right? The whole Star Wars versus Star Trek thing, right? Because yeah, they both start with star, but they're all so different, like so different in story. Oh yeah, a lot of politics. Yeah, yeah, that's true. A lot of politics in Game of Thrones as well. But anyways, so what are some other like are those all of your theories that you had for WandaVision? Is there something in particular that you didn't like that we haven't talked about yet?
Well, there was something I was almost right on because I thought because there was this whole talk about cameo appearing,
Mhm.
and I thought it'll be something to do with Captain Marvel.
Right.
And I was kind of right with the scroll appearing in the first end credit scene.
Mhm.
So I'll
No.
give me that. But one thing that's annoying me is mentioned in episode 3,
Uh-huh.
when Jinwoo is going to Westview, the
West.
town,
Yeah.
and because he's trying to find his missing witness that has been put into witness protection in the town that Wanda's took over, and
Mhm.
we never find out who that is,
Oh yeah, I didn't
and
even
that's
remember
annoyed me.
that. I didn't even remember that to be honest. But yeah, speaking like there is something that annoyed my boyfriend a lot. It didn't bother me, but it pissed him off so much this that happened that he almost dropped WandaVision and he didn't want to watch it anymore. But we were like 2 episodes to go, so he kept going.
Oh.
So it's something like really stupid when you hear it, but like it pissed him off. Um, because he hates that like the Marvel cliche that the villain is always like a different variety of the protagonist. Like Wanda's a witch, Agatha's a witch. Iron Man 1 is Iron Man, and then evil Iron Man, Thor and Loki, stuff like that. So
Yeah.
the girl like Monica, right? Like while she was going through like the thingy, her suit didn't change. And he was like, okay, and is such an asshole. Like he was like, I don't understand the point of her character. Like they set her up to be like this great interesting character and then they did nothing with her at the end.
did
Like,
love it. She became Photon.
yeah, but that's the thing. Like, the only reason why she was there was to become Photon, and that's it. And he was so pissed that her costume didn't change,
But she
right?
still has the same coloring of Photon.
Yeah, but the costume, like the clothes that she was wearing, didn't change, and that pissed him off a lot.
Wow.
Like, because like he's like, oh, they have these rules that the thingy like changes shit, like the hexagon changes everything it touches. Like, it
Hmm.
changed the truck, right? It changed the people, like their costumes and stuff. But the chick, like, okay, if she's a superpowered being that she got superpowers from the hexagon, whatever. But the costume didn't change, and he was like super pissed about that.
Really? But it's kind of, I think the way I saw it was because when she's going through the hex,
Uh huh.
and you've got the different versions of her, like the one in the spacesuit, and then you've got the one from the 50s episode. And to me, it was like her mindset won, and it was her that came through. No thing with her past, no thing with Wanda. It was just all her, and she powered through. And that was why her suit didn't change and why she stayed who she was.
Mhm.
That's how I took it anyway.
Yeah, but like there is like a difference between skin and clothing, right?
Mm.
Like, I guess that's what bothered him. He was like, okay, fine, she didn't change. Also, like, oh, he was like really annoyed because basically, Photon is like, oh, another Wanda, and like Wanda, and then we have Agatha, and it's like, oh, three women with the same powers, and they're gonna fight each other, and I don't know, it's like a cliche that he does can't stand. It's like he's like he doesn't like when the protagonist and the antagonist have like the same powers. He prefers
Right
them.
when they like mirror each other.
No, yeah, when they mirror each other, like he finds it very unoriginal and uncreative. But like
Uh,
that's a lot of like that's a Marvel trope, right? It's just a Marvel thing. So.
it's quite common in YA fantasy as well, where like the main character, her biggest female opposition is someone she could have been in a different set of circumstances, which
Right.
in books does get kind of a little. I feel like I've read it a million times before. Why am I reading another series that's the same vein again?
Right. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. So, what else did I want to talk about? WandaVision. I think there was something else, but right now I forgot. Is there anything else you wanted to discuss about Wanda?
Yes, I want to discuss Mr. Scratch. I thought we'd get
Yes,
something more from him.
that's what I wanted to talk
Yeah,
about. I want,
great mind, babe.
yeah, and like it's not just Mr. Scratch, but like apparently Agatha also had a husband, right?
Um,
And we never see the husband. We never get anything from the husband.
Oh no, that was Ralph. That was fake Quicksilver. Ralph Boner is her husband, Ralph.
Oh, it was.
Yeah. Do you see why it fell so fucking flat? Like, because it wasn't. It could have been more of the thing. They could have done so much more with it. Instead, they took an actor from a separate franchise,
Uh
which
huh.
made us think, oh, it's X-Men
Uh
related,
huh.
and instead made him an absolute zero character.
Uh huh.
That the only reason she refers to as his husband is because he owns the house that she takes over. That's it.
Ah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, that just makes it worse. Like,
Yeah.
but like Quicksilver looks so much younger than Agatha as well. So it's like kind of
Yeah.
it's awkward, dude. Yeah. Oh well. So is there anything else?
I think that's me all Wandavisioned out.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, me too. Like, I think we discussed everything that we needed to discuss.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm just excited for the Multiverse of Madness, the next Doctor Strange movie, which follows
uh,
straight up the show.
yes, dude. Like, yeah. Speaking, dude, I am the biggest Doctor Strange fan. Like, I have a goddamn
Yes.
poster of him in my room. No,
Oh, cool.
no, he's my favorite Marvel character, dude. Like, I love him so much. It's just the goat, dude. I love him. And like, I don't know, like, I was so excited when Multiverse of Madness was announced. I was like, why can't you come out already? I want to see. But
Same, and it's meant to be a horror as well, or as horror as Marvel will get for a 12 certificate.
oh,
Oh, I'm
really?
excited for it.
I didn't know that. That's cool. I didn't know it was supposed to be a horror.
All right, learn
That's
something new every day.
yeah, that's dope. I want to see that. Oh, dude, I'm so
It's
excited.
gonna be so good.
Oh, there is. But speaking of Marvel in general, I wanted to talk about fuck, the Winter Soldier and Falcon. Yeah, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That's gonna
Yeah,
air next week, I think. Or
I
was
think so. Yeah,
or did it air?
19th, 18th, something like that.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So, what do you think of like? I saw the trailer the other day, and I was like, before I wasn't really sold into the idea of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I was like, I really don't care about these characters, and I saw the trailer, right, and I was like, I still don't care about these characters. I
Girl, I'm the same. I am so take it or leave it.
exactly, like I thought that like the trailer was going to convince me, was going to tell me a little bit of what it might be about, right?
Mm.
Because like um again, me and my boyfriend we talked about this, and we both are really pissed that Falcon got the shield in Endgame, because
Yeah.
we both believe that it should have been the Winter Soldier that got that shield, because Bucky is Captain America's best friend. He knows him thick and thin. If anyone deserves that shield, it should be Bucky. Falcon is just a dude that appeared one day while Captain was running, and he was like, "Oh, by the way, I have this suit and I'm part of the military. Now I'm an Avenger." And it's like,
Just straight up swooped in and stole that shield. Pun
yeah,
intended.
yeah, exactly. And I was just like, yeah, this is gonna be lame. So I'm
Mm.
not watching it. I do want to watch Loki though. I'm dying to see Loki.
I am dying for Loki. Loki's one of my faves. So
Yeah.
I am so excited. That trailer
Hmm.
had me screaming. It's so exciting.
So the trailer
Like,
for Loki came out as well, or?
yeah, I'll send you the link to it later. It's so good.
Oh well, I'm
So
gonna watch
good.
it. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it. I look forward to it. No, do you know when Loki is going to come out by any chance?
It is May 23rd, May 24th, around that kind of time.
Uh, why can't we just like skip Falcon and
Yeah,
like?
just swap them around.
Yeah, exactly. Just swap them around, dude. I want to watch Loki do Loki
Yes, give the
things.
people what they want, Marvel.
It,
Just switch through it. No one will complain.
not just in general, Disney like give the people what they want, right? But Disney is like Papega. They don't listen, dude. No, but yeah, Marvel obviously in this case too. But like, um, so now that we've established all of our MCU thoughts, let's talk about Raya and the Last Dragon. Finally.
Yes.
All right. So give me all of your banter. Like this movie is fresh in your head. You just finished watching it before we started the podcast. Tell me all of your thoughts, likes and dislikes, your review, dude.
Oh gosh, I loved it. I mean, first, the animation style is so beautiful. It's just gorgeous from start to finish. There's no part of it where your eyes aren't completely attracted to what's going on.
Mhm.
The story is gorgeous, and I love the message of just trusting people and learning to trust again. I think it's something that applies to absolutely everyone. The ending had me in absolute tears because I am a soft girl. I will cry over everything, and I cried so hard in like the last 10 minutes. I was just dead. It's so beautiful, and I love the character arc and the way Amari, the girl from Fang, the way
Right.
her character kind of changed throughout, and how she started off sweet and then backstabbed Raya, and then just the way it all came together. It was so good. So, so good. I'm going to make my boyfriend watch it with me tomorrow. I loved it that much.
Mhm. No, yeah, like I have actually very mixed feelings with Raya and the Last Dragon. So I
Yeah.
think there are a lot of pros, but there are cons to it. So The pros of the movie are, like you said, great animation. The world building is top notch. I love the world.
Completely.
It was so like interesting. It's like I feel like it's a world that I would want to visit, and check out. Like I was really sold into the world, and the message was very good as well. Like I feel like we are living in a world where like children if children the newest generation grows up with this movie, like fuck Frozen, forget Frozen. Like, I want children to grow up with this. I want children to think about this movie from now on and be
Although
upset.
they do need Frozen to learn that men ain't shit.
Nah, dude. Just watch this one because I'm sick and tired of Frozen. I'm sick and tired of Let It Go, dude. It's like fuck Frozen. Like just watch Raya and learn to trust people, dude. Like learn to believe in people. Learn to have faith in people, right? Because
Yeah.
we as a species, like we have fucked each other over as a species so often, right? Because we just are afraid to trust, or we're just afraid of the unknown, right?
Mm.
And like I understand it, right? And unfortunately, you can't 100% trust everybody in this world. You can't trust blindly. You will never be able to trust blindly everybody, but you should at least have more faith in people and be more optimistic and be more positive and at least try to make a difference. And I love that with this movie. I think it's a great movie in that sense, and it's the only good thing that Disney has come out with since Wreck-It Ralph, honestly. Cause God, I really don't care for Disney right now. Like Disney. I don't mean like everything else Disney owns. I mean Disney itself.
Yeah.
Everything that they make is for money, and I am. This is not what Walt Disney stand for, dude. This is not what he fucking. This is not what he wanted. Like he's probably rolling in his grave, seeing all these live action adaptations. Like, why are you ruining my company? Like, why are you doing this? This is not supposed to be about corporate greed. I wanted to make a place better. At least that's my idealism coming
Mm.
into fruition, right? But yeah, Disney is not making good stuff. So when I watched Raya, I loved the movie, right, as well. Like when I watched it, right? And like I was like, oh, this was so good, right? And then my very critical boyfriend like toned down the hype, right? So
Oh.
we discussed the movie, right? And he was like, I didn't like this movie. And I'm like, why? And he told me, well, first of all, none of the characters are interesting. You don't get enough screen time or even personality with any of them. Like they're all very simple characters, very generic. The dragon doesn't have a personality. Rhea doesn't have that much of a personality, right? They're all one-off tropes. And I was like, yeah, you're right. The characters are not very interesting.
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't think I cracked a joke at any point.
yeah,
He was
exactly.
very level headed and determined and
Yeah, like, but think about like the line that the dragon said. The one that's like, that one classmate that you do a project with in school, but they don't chip in as in much, but they still get the grade.
yeah.
I was that line was so like it didn't match at all. Like it was so how do you say um how do you say, like it was so uh ugh, like it didn't belong there. What's the word for that? Like
Oh, I'm trying to get what you. Because
uh
I see what you mean. Because like her dragon was very
left field. Yes, thank
yeah.
you,
Because
Castero.
she was trying so very hard, like all the time.
Yeah, no, like
It just didn't seem like she wasn't a chipping in kind.
yeah, no, but it's like yeah, exactly. I mean, I feel like, yeah, because The dragon, Sisu. Yeah, Sisu is like, she says like, I'm not the best dragon. Yeah, okay. Dude, I get it. Your power is swimming,
Mm.
and maybe your brothers have cooler powers than you, but it's like it's the movies like at the end like they chose her because she was an optimist, right?
Yeah.
And to me, like, hmm, yeah, but I guess optimism and humility, like, they can go in hand. But like, I still feel like she didn't have that much of a character. She just, her character was, I can swim and I trust people, and you should trust
Yeah.
people. That's it. There is no other qualities to her personality, right? Like, I don't know a single thing else about Sisu. And can we talk about that design? Like, look, it
Yeah, the
look,
dragon design was weird.
yeah,
I mean, it looked cute, but it wasn't what
exactly.
I was expecting.
Exactly. It looks cute, right? And I get it, it's Disney, but it's a fucking dragon who is supposed to be representing the dragons from like Southeast Asian culture, right?
Mm.
And oh, I also heard that they did not represent the culture very well. Like, I heard that Southeast Asians is like, there is nothing of our culture in this goddamn movie. Like,
Yeah, there was
nothing.
no direct, this is a culture we're referencing and appreciating and showing you about. There was no moment where I felt like I knew where they were referencing or where they were paying tribute to at any point.
Exactly. And that's like so different from something like Coco, for example. In Coco, they did everything that they possibly could to be 100% accurate to the culture. Like, dude, I hate saying this, but even fucking Rio did more to represent a culture than this movie. And
Yeah.
I got triggered by Rio for like not having any Portuguese where there should be. So it's like, but even Rio did like their homework more or less, at least the first movie, right? They represented the favelas and everything. But
Mm.
this movie is like, okay, we have a desert, okay? Like, my boyfriend actually said, this doesn't remind me of Southeast Asian culture. This reminds me a little bit of Indian culture, but that's
Yeah,
about
I was
it.
getting more Vietnamese kind of feel to it.
Right, could be as well. But yeah, we were like like a little bit of Indian, a little bit of Vietnamese, but there isn't that much culture to it because the story is not centered around culture. It is centered around the moral of trusting people, right?
Mm.
And
Which I
this,
do think is important. It's a
obviously,
message we really, really need right now.
yeah, but think about it this way. Like, they advertised it as, we are representing a culture, right? And if they hadn't done that, it would have been fine. But they did that. And they didn't do
Uh,
that. You know, get what I'm saying? Like, if you think about it, hadn't um if they hadn't made it an Asian theme, like, you could still tell the same story.
mm.
You could still tell the same story without the Asian aesthetics and theme, right? So it, like, yeah, that's what it is. It's just an aesthetic. It's not so much like a theme. And some other criticism that I heard about the game as well was the fact that this movie would have worked a lot better as a series, or it would have worked a lot better as a video game, because the worlds definitely look like something that you want to wander around in.
I definitely had the feel of this would make a great video game, even
Ex-
down to the graphics and the way it looked.
exactly.
Definitely had video game vibes.
Yeah, and you could have told a much richer story, I feel like, if you had made it into a video game, or made it into a like a like a fucking series, you know? Like, so those things, like, they're not in the game, in the movie's favor, definitely.
Yeah, because I wanted more lore. I wanted more than like the first 5 minutes giving you a quick catch up of 500 years of history. Like I wanted
Exactly.
more. I needed to know the world.
Exactly. Like physically, the world is there. It's beautiful, but I also wanted lore, dude. I wanted sauce. I wanted to learn about this world, but it's just like,
Mm.
here we go, 2 hour movie, take it or leave it. It's what we got. So it's lost potential, really. I mean, they could still do a series with it, right? For example, Tangled got a series. So
Did it?
yeah, I did, and I
Oh, cool.
actually
I'll have to check that out.
yeah, and I actually heard that the Tango series is very good. It's not that it's a little bit old already, but like I heard that this Tango series is pretty fucking good. So they
Neat.
could do the same with Raya the Last Dragon, right?
Mm.
But is there anything? Oh, I did like that scene. I thought that it was very powerful scene where at the ending where Rhea is like, okay, I'll take the last step and I'll trust this person who has been my enemy for years. I'm gonna give her the stone, and
Yes.
everybody trusted her. I thought it was powerful, and I thought it was good that the person who reassembled the stone was not Rhea, but the
Mm.
chick with the cut, right?
I got so nervous though when they all got turned. Yeah, I don't want to spoil. I'll keep it spoiler free. But when that all happened, and I'm just like
Mm-hmm.
staring at this stone, like, please fucking work, please fucking work.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely. Yeah, dude, it was like I was like clenching my butt cheeks, dude, like
yeah,
because
it was
the stone.
so tense.
Yeah, because the fucking stone got reassembled, right? But then
Mm.
nothing happened, right? Like for a while, like it was like science, and then like boom out of
Yeah,
nowhere, and it's like it also makes me think about I don't understand how the stone works because like first of all the stone breaks immediately the fucking monsters they come, right, like
yeah,
immediately, and it's like I don't know, it's just a little too fast for my taste, and like Sisu, right, is like I guess it was the act of trust that made the thing like have power
yeah,
again, right? Just like with Sisu, like it was reenacting the same thing. But I don't know, like I guess physically and on a technical level does not how like realistically how I would have presented that situation. I don't know if
yeah.
I'm making any sense. Like I don't know, for example, like when she reassembled like the stones, right? I would have like and she let go of the stone and she did blank, right? But I felt like it would have worked better, like what happened to Sisu, which was because she reassembled the stones, like like maybe like she would be holding the stone, right? That this is the image, right? Like she would be holding the stone, and like the light and like it's like pulsating. Maybe it's dim and it's strong. It's dim, and then like but the evil is like going to consume her, and then she just closes her eyes. She's holding the stone, like she holds the stone up, and then but the stone is still pulsating, and then boom, that's how I realistically would have portrayed it as
Yeah,
well.
I think it would have repeated history quite well if it had happened like that, rather than put the stone together, do X thing,
Hmm.
have hope.
Yeah, exactly. It was a bit of a it was a bit of like a quest, like what's the terminology that I am looking for here, but it was like a treasure hunt, the movie,
Mm.
right? And it focused way too much on that treasure hunt, right? I feel like instead of doing a treasure hunt, you could have done a story that actually represented Asian culture, and
Mm.
it would be about trust, because you can do that. I mean, for example, Mulan is about Chinese culture, and it's also about the strength of women and the value of women, right? So why
Yeah.
couldn't they do that? They do like Asian culture again and like focus on um and focus on the story about trust, right? So
Mm.
the movie could have been better. It has potential. It had potential to be better than it was, but
Yeah. I think it's a good stick it on like a rainy Sunday. You don't know what to do. You just want to chill out. Just pop it on. It's gorgeous to look at. It's
I
fun.
definitely, definitely. No, it's fine. It's like enjoyable to watch, right?
Mm.
But like it's compared to Disney's other catalog, it's like
It
it's
could have been stronger.
yeah, but it's better than anything Disney has released since Wreck-It Ralph, which
Oh,
is
have you seen Onward?
yes, I did.
Don't tell me you didn't like it.
No, I didn't like it. I'm sorry. Like
Babe, no.
no,
I love that
no,
movie.
because here's the thing: is like I feel like the fat dude, like I don't even remember his name, Bart maybe, I don't know, um, like but like the brother, right? The older brother is like I feel like because the lesson at the end was like, oh, the older brother was the father figure all along, right? But they didn't really do anything to show that. They didn't do anything that showed that he raised like the Spider-Man actor freaking Tom Holland
Was that
elf.
who it was?
Yeah, it was
Cool.
Tom Holland and Chris Hemsworth. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know who it was at all. I just watched it. I'm
Well,
really bad. Like, I don't really watch trailers very often. Like,
uh-huh.
I didn't know anything about Raya until you told me about it and told me to watch it.
Right, right, right. No, but like yeah, it was like Tom Holland, right? And like I don't know, like I don't know if I feel like the Chris Evans character could have like done a like in the movie. It's not the character's fault. It's just the writer's fault. Like they should have like given more examples of the Chris Evans character being a father figure, not just the magic nerd, right? If that's what they
Yeah,
were
they did
going
seem
with.
more like a strong brotherly connection than this
Yeah.
is the father figure.
Yeah. No, but like I don't even see I don't know, like I guess like there's that cliche that a lot of people are saying like, you don't like this movie because you don't have a brother or you don't have a brother you love. It's like I have a brother, dude. And I still don't like this movie. I guess I'm not a fan of family love movies as
Ah.
well. That's also a reason why I didn't like it. So even if they had done that well, I don't think I would have liked it.
Wouldn't have
But
survived.
yeah, like but there is a movie like but I really don't know because for example, Lilo and Stitch, it should have been a little bit like that, I think, the relationship between the siblings.
Mm.
I mean, obviously, Nani is like the only sibling parent figure that Lilo has. Like Nani is all Lilo has.
Mm.
Like they had a mom, right? But still, and like there's that thing as well. You can't really get a lot of a pair of pants, right? You can't get a lot of character from a pair of pants, right?
I don't think, I think for me, because it was definitely the whole journey of trying so desperately in such a short amount of time to get what they needed to bring their dad back. And they had a small piece of him that was just pants.
Mhm.
And it was just going through it. Because I lost my dad almost 11 years ago.
Mhm.
So I was fully in there and fully invested in them getting that one together and seeing their dad again, even if it was
Mhm.
just for 10 more minutes. I
Mhm.
was feeling that. I'm a very emotional person.
Mhm.
I like emotionally connecting with movies, and that's what I got from Onward. I had a full heartrending, fully in there.
Mhm. No, I understand that. I mean, I lost my dad in 2014, right? So it's been a couple of years already. So I also lost my dad, but like I guess I wasn't really sold into the idea that people substituted technology for magic, you know?
Mm.
Like it just never was convincing to me at all because the world just seems so much lamer without magic to me. Like why would you forget about magic, dude? I mean, okay, maybe you can combine magic with technology, but like to forget about it overall, like that I was also not sold on that idea. And
Yeah, I
like
found that weird.
like in my mind it's like just because you have an original idea doesn't mean that it automatically is going to work. Like
Yeah, I just kind
original.
of trusted the world at that point.
Yeah. Wait, you what now?
I just kind of trusted the world and where it was going, and I thought, right, don't think about it too much. Just focus on the story that they're giving you. That's how I went about it.
No, that's fair enough, but I tend to look at every little aspect, every little nook and cranny of this kind of thing. So
Mm.
no, but like, yeah, I would say that the overall reason I didn't like it was because it just wasn't a movie for me. But I did see that online a lot of people didn't like this movie either. They were like, it's not one of Pixar's best movies. Like, it's not bad, but it's just a really meh movie, right? Like, I would say, for example, I'd rather watch this than Toy Story 4 again, at least, or something like.
Oh, I couldn't stand Toy Story 4.
Oh yeah, me neither. Dude, I had a nightmare the other day that they were making Toy Story 5. Can you believe
Oh my
it?
god,
No, for real, dude. I
that's a
had a
new level.
yeah, dude, I had a fucking nightmare that they were making Toy Story 5 and I'm just like when I woke up, like I actually forgot about it until now actually.
Oh my god, that's so funny. I know they're doing that Buzz Lightyear prequel series with Chris Evans.
Oh my god, yeah,
I could live without that.
yeah, same. I think that they're doing it because we already have a Buzz Lightyear backstory. Remember, like Buzz Lightyear Star Command, the cartoon show. We have that already. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like do like a reinvention of that or a sequel. We don't need fucking Lightyear, dude, because it's about the actual astronaut, I think, and it's like nobody asked for this.
It's like, thanks, but you're good.
Yeah, and you know what I always find interesting about actors in general is that we get something right. We get like a new movie idea that is announced, a movie that's announced in the making, like this Lightyear project, for example.
Mm.
And you read like I read like news and interviews and all that shit about that, and I learned that Chris Evans was like, I thought that the idea was a little weird. I don't think I would ever be able to substitute what was the original actor again
That was a
for
Tim Allen.
yeah, Tim Allen, yeah. So I don't think I could ever substitute Tim Allen's voice, but when they presented the script to me, I was
Oh, that's
so excited
awesome.
for the project. And they all do that, okay? To a point that
Yeah.
I'm not even sold anymore. Whenever an actor is like, "Oh, this concept seems a little odd, but trust me, the script is good." Right? It's like I'm not convinced anymore, dude. Like they said the same thing for Toy Story 4. It's like I heard that like Tim Allen and Tom Hanks, they said that they cried at the ending of Toy Story 4 when when they found out what
How
how it would
it was.
end. And I was expecting like to get shattered, dude. Like it's like, "Oh my god, they cried on this, but they didn't cry on Toy Story 3." Right? I was like,
Who doesn't cry at Toy Story 3?
yeah, I know, right? But like, I mean, they didn't say anything when Toy Story thing came out. There was no saying that they cried about it, right? So I was like, dude, like if they said that they cried at the ending of Toy Story 4, it must be even more impactful than the ending of Toy Story 3. How are they gonna pull this shit off? They didn't.
They really didn't.
They really didn't, and I was just like, this was the tear jerking ending that I was anticipating. Fuck this movie. Like,
Yeah, because I weirdly didn't give a shit in
yeah,
the slightest.
yeah, me neither. Like, I was like, like, it's funny because like I'm at a point in life where I literally tell myself that Toy Story 4 didn't exist. I deny its existence. I don't
That's
acknowledge.
fair.
Exactly. I don't acknowledge that it exists because
I regret those 2 hours. I want them back. So,
exactly. Oh my. If we could have our time back for every unpleasant experience that we've had, right? Like that would be so great.
you know
But
what's suddenly other trauma in my life? I just want those 2 hours from Toy Story 4 back. Everything else.
yeah,
I've got a
every
therapist for that. I don't have a therapist for Toy Story 4.
exactly. I feel that mood, dude. But yeah, like I actually so my boyfriend has never seen Toy Story 4 up until this year, believe it or not.
Oof.
Yeah, like I was like, how the fuck, dude? How the fuck did you not grow up with Toy Story 4? It's like, I
And
don't
then
know,
why did
man.
he watch it?
No, he watched it because I told him, like, let's watch it. We're gonna watch all the Toy
Ah.
Story movies, right? So I made him sit through Toy Story and like we watched one, two, and three, and like we watched the three movies, and he's like, yeah, it's not that great, and I was like, dude, dude, how dare you say the Toy Story three?
The audacity of your boyfriend, I
Ex-
swear.
exactly. No, no, like my boyfriend is like the type of person that he has the hot takes, right? He has the controversial opinions.
Oh,
So
yeah, he does.
so
From this conversation alone, I'm like,
yeah,
damn.
no, because like if he was like a YouTuber like me, dude, like everybody would like a mob would go after him. So thank God he isn't
Oh,
one.
the cancel party at the door.
Exactly, like FBI, open up! Like they were gonna call the somebody's gonna call like the cops to raid us. No, for real. No, he was like, I guess it's fine, but I don't see what the big hype is. It's fine, I guess. And I was like, okay, why is it not that good? And he's like, well, let's take the first movie. Animation sucks, dude. It was the first movie
It
that
was
was
literally like what, late 90s as well. It was fucking epic for what it was at the time.
yeah, and it's like the first 3D animated computer animated movie of all time, dude. What did you fucking expect? You expect animation from Frozen in 1995? And he's like, no, I get it. Obviously, it's important, right? It's the first step. But that doesn't mean that I enjoy it. Like, it looks ugly, then it looks ugly, dude.
Look
Like,
at half of the PlayStation 2 games from the same time
oh,
and
yeah.
compare it to Toy Story from the exact same year, and Toy Story still holds up.
Exactly, exactly. No, but like he's the kind of person that like if something does not look pretty, like there's a good chance he might not like it, right? Like he will respect it. He can respect the stuff, like he respects stuff, but he might not like it, right? And like he has the most eccentric takes, right? There is this manga called A Man and His Cat, right?
Mm.
If you've never read it, I highly recommend you look it up.
Cool.
You like cats, right?
Absolutely.
You're gonna love this manga, dude. If you just read the
I'll check
first,
it out.
if you read the first chapter, online, like you're gonna squeal your eyes out, dude. It's so cute. Like the cat from that manga is like a really squishy fat cat, right? It's very squishy boy, very squishy,
Oh,
very.
I love a chunky boy.
He's so chunky, and he's baby. He's baby, dude. No, he's super baby, and like I saw like the first chapter when like the manga was still being made, and I was like, when the manga finally came out, the full first volume, I was like, oh, I need to buy this, and I did, and I read it, and I loved it. Yep, I think we did mean, I think May meant like PlayStation One, but ended up saying PlayStation Two, right? Because
Oh, my
PlayStation,
bad.
yeah, yeah, because PlayStation Two was 2000s and PlayStation One was 90s, so Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's what she meant, guys. But
Life is a blur, be kind.
yeah, exactly. No, because there are some PlayStation 2 games that are just dude, they still hold up to this day, no, like, so, but PlayStation 1, I don't know about,
Yeah,
anyway.
going back to the original Silent Hill is not fun.
Oof, damn, son. Uh, but anyways, I lost track. What was I talking about?
Your boyfriend's opinions
Oh,
and man and cat,
yeah, yeah, a man and his cat, right?
and man and his cat.
Right. So the cutest fucking little snotty little fluffy squishy boy ever, right? This cat, and I buy it, and I'm like, hey Fabi, hey Proxon, do you think that this cat is cute? Like, I show him a picture, and he's like, ew, no. And I was like, how dare you? How could you say this? Like, I'm actually gonna look up like a picture right now and show you a man and his cat. Like, I'll put it on the screen, just so everybody can see the fluff boy, chunk boy. And I'm like, why? Like, I asked him, why do you think that this cat is not cute? Like, dude, it's squishy, it's
He's so
chunky.
big.
Yeah, and he has cute little pawsies. All
Oh,
that.
he's a plump.
Yeah, like, so I'm like, how? I need a reason. Why, dude? Why? And he says because it has a little dot on its cheek, right? It has that little black dot on his cheek, and it reminds me of those French Victorian era ladies. Uh, and I'm
Like
just
the Scarlet Pimpernel with the big drawn on mole.
exactly with the big drawn on mole, exactly. The big
That was
drawn.
all it took.
That was all it took for
Wow.
for him to be like, no, it's not cute. Look at this baby. It's baby. It's so cute. And he's like, no, it's not cute. It has a fucking pimple. It has a
Wow.
little, it has a little dimple boy. Like, no, it's not cute. I don't. I don't know if you can see the image. I put it up. Can you see it?
I gave it a quick Google.
All right.
I
Yeah.
can't open Twitch while on my phone because everything explodes.
Oh yeah. No, I get that. No. But yeah, look. So I saw like the little I don't know. I was like, dude, I can't believe you don't like it for this very very like up your butt reason. He's like, I don't know, man, it reminds me of it and I can't look away. I can't unsee it. So I don't think he's cute. If he didn't have that, then he would be cute. But because he has that, he's not cute. But yeah, let's go back to like Raya and the Last Dragon. Now that we talked about the movie, do you still have the same opinions? Like, do you still love it, or after like, did I ruin the movie for you after like
No,
pointing
you
out the?
didn't ruin it for me. It's definitely put it into a different light. Because I just sat back, I got cozy in bed, I had my snacks and my juice, and I was just watching a movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just liking it. I was just really enjoying it. But
Right.
now, like when you go back and you actually think about something, and it's like, yeah, that could have been more. Raya was really quite a flat character. Thinking about it,
Yeah. Yeah.
very two dimensional.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to enjoy it. Gonna get the boyfriend to watch it. Have a movie day tomorrow.
That's nice. At least you still enjoy it. Like that. I think that's nice. So
I think it's more the story and the overarching message that I really appreciated and loved.
oh yeah, definitely. Like, I'm happy that Rhea exists for that reason and that reason alone. Like, I'm happy that Rhea exists because of the strong message, because I feel like this generation really needs that.
Definitely.
Especially in such dark times like the whole corona pandemic stuff. Like, I feel like we need like that message of we need to trust each other. We need to be nicer to each other. We need to believe in each other, right? Like, You can't
Really?
blindly trust people, but you should at least have a more open mind, a more optimistic mind, not be afraid of things that are different, and not be afraid to trust, because if we don't trust, then we are all going to be consumed by negative emotion, and it's going to be our downfall.
Yeah, it's going to tear us apart. We do need more unity in the world, especially with everyone having such strong opinions and being too strong in them and not willing to listen to other people and give other people a chance and have just an open conversation.
Definitely. Yeah,
Things like that. We need to come together a little bit more.
definitely.
Bring a
Well,
gift.
yeah, bring a gift, definitely. Well, so I think that will be all for today. Thank you so much, Lucinda, for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me. This has been really fun.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was fun for me too. It was a really good episode. Is there anything that you want to shout out? That you want to maybe post in the chat, like any links, link to your blog, maybe,
Oh, yes.
or any final messages that you would like to have?
You know what? Yeah, just a final message of be kind to other people, but most importantly, be kind to yourself. It's
Definitely.
so easy to compare yourself to other people and see how other people are doing and comparing it to your own mental well-being, physical well-being, and feeling like shit. You
Mhm.
shouldn't. You should compare yourself to how you were the previous day and constantly aim to grow and just do your best. That's how I
Definitely.
try to live anyway.
Definitely. 100% agree. So, yeah, that's gonna be it for today. So, if we're like this episode will be up on YouTube as always. I'll You can send me the link to your blog, and I'll post it in the description. If anybody wants to check out the YouTube channel for the podcast, it's just scroll a little bit and you'll be linked to it immediately. So yeah, thank you guys. I have been your host, Adara, and this has been my co-host for the day, Lucinda. And
Much love, everyone.
yeah, have a wonderful evening, guys. See you later. Good night. Bye bye.
Bye.